As far as extraterrestrial pursuits go, there is no doubt that NASA has a lot of amazing things going on. After all, who wouldn't applaud the men and women behind humankind's first step on the moon? However, the organization has something it's keeping away from public eyes. Why so secretive, NASA? In this video, we'll look into a selection of leaked images NASA doesn't want you to see, ranging from top secret technologies, epic embarrassments to signs of life outside Earth. Let's hit it. Fake moon landing. The moon landing has been a staple of conspiracy theories for so many decades. Among them is the claim that the footage from the moon landing was taken inside a secret studio, not in the moon itself. For instance, in this photo, conspiracy theorists argue that since the sun is the only source of light, it's impossible to see the astronaut and the lunar lander clearly, unless there's a second light source to fill in the darkness. Another example is this image, where the American flag appears to be waving despite the absence of wind. Finally, there's the theory that the footage of Neil Armstrong's first steps on the moon was slowed down to stimulate the lack of gravity. But why would NASA fake that? One prevalent idea was that America lacked the technological means to bring man to the moon. Given NASA's disastrous performance before the moon landing, they say that out of desperation to win the space race, America resorted to faking everything. While these theories have been debunked countless times, the idea that the moon landing was fake would continue to linger in the conspiracy theorists' minds for years to come. Space Fireflies. During John Glenn's low-orbit flight aboard Friendship 7 in 1962, he witnessed what appeared to be signs of extraterrestrial life, space fireflies. Outside of his window were luminescent particles around his capsule. Glenn tried banging on the walls of the capsule. Surprise, surprise! The particles moved! The NASA scientists were worried that these particles were indicators of problems with his heat shield. Due to that issue, John Glenn wouldn't just be the first man to orbit the Earth. He might have turned into the first casualty in space. Hence, NASA covered up John Glenn's discoveries until they were sure there weren't problems with his capsule. Later that year, another astronaut, Scott Carpenter, witnessed the same spectacle aboard Aurora 7. As it turned out, those particles were tiny pieces of frost formed from condensation around the spacecraft that froze and came off. As for the lights from the alleged fireflies, these were caused by the sunlight illuminating the particles. Genesis crash. The Genesis spacecraft was supposed to collect solar wind samples to be analyzed back on Earth. After 2 years, it met its demise when it crash-landed in Utah after the parachutes failed to deploy. Further investigation revealed that the parachute failure was due to deceleration sensors that were all installed backwards. After the crash, the researchers tried to scavenge the samples from the remains of Genesis. While researchers were able to utilize the samples for analysis, the crash photographs were a source of embarrassment for NASA. On one hand, Genesis fulfilled its mission. On the other hand, it crashed because of a flaw that went past NASA's review. Not really a good endorsement for people on the bleeding edge of technology. UFO On Caught On ISS live feed. In 2016, a space observer named ScreenCap1 on YouTube uploaded footage from the ISS live feed. As a mysterious blue dot approached the Earth's atmosphere, the screen went into blue, stopping the live feed. Naturally, the conspiracy theorists went up in arms about it, accusing NASA of keeping secrets from the people. They speculated that the dot was either an alien or a meteor, or a Chinese space station. Eventually, NASA spoke up, denying allegations of cutting the live feed. The organization said that the screen going into blue meant that the signal was lost and the blue dot in the footage could have been debris, window reflections, or light from Earth. Or was it? Pretty suspicious. Delta II explosion. There's no other way of saying this. The Delta II explosion was an embarrassment. On January 17, 1997, the Delta II was launched with the intention of carrying the US Air Force GPS Block 2R satellite into space. However, 13 seconds into the launch, a damaged solid rocket booster casing ruptured, creating an explosion that's nothing short of spectacular. It was like a fireworks display, Debris showered everywhere, destroying a few cars and buildings in the process. The blast impact was felt by residents 25 miles away. On the other hand, no one was injured, and an improved version of Delta II was launched 5 months later. However, unlike the other items on this list, the Delta II explosion isn't something NASA doesn't want to show due to top secret tech or secrets of extraterrestrial life. This event wasn't NASA's finest moment, with $45 million worth of satellite in bits and pieces. Mysterious man on the moon. In 2016, one YouTube user named Wow4Real uploaded a video that shows what looks like a man standing on the moon. Apparently, another user found that if you go to specific coordinates via Google Moon, you will notice an odd figure casting a shadow. It may be a man, an alien, or an ancient statue, depending on whom you talk to. The internet went crazy over the curious sighting, with Wow4Real's video approaching 5 million views in less than a month. However, NASA is shrugging it off, explaining that it was probably nothing but debris on the lens. As it turned out, Google Moon used lunar images dating back to 1994. If you enter the coordinates using Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter camera, which employs updated, higher resolution images, you won't find the man. Funny how the internet went crazy over a little speck of debris. Alien city on the dark side of the moon. Conspiracy theorists claim there's life on the dark side of the moon. After all, due to the phenomenon of tidal locking, we can only see one side of the moon from Earth. However, UFO and alien hunters found evidence of structures on the moon's dark side using photographs. In this image from NASA itself, there are square-shaped blocks that are said to be alien structures of some sort. Come to think of it, natural shapes occurring in nature aren't usually square-shaped, further backing their theory. In another image are multiple clusters of white dots clumped together. According to UFO hunter Scott C. Waring, what you're looking at are the cities on the dark side of the moon. Since the white dots are spaced evenly, this image resembles an aerial shot of rows and rows of houses. Meanwhile, NASA claims that these findings are simply effects of pareidolia, seeing familiar objects or patterns that aren't there. Do you believe that the conspiracy theorists are up to something, or that your brain is simply playing tricks? I'll leave that for you to decide. Space monkeys. As absurd as it may sound, primates had been launched into space way before man did. In fact, Albert, the first primate astronaut, was launched by NASA on June 11, 1948. Via a V2 rocket, animals were sent into space to study the effects of spaceflight. However, Albert died due to suffocation during the first flight. His successor, Albert II, became the first primate to be in space. Unfortunately, Albert II met his demise when his capsule crashed into the ground due to parachute failure. Given the death of these primates, among other casualties, animal rights groups weren't exactly happy with the practice of sending animals into space. These days, testing with animals is considered to be a horrible thing to do. If companies are caught testing with animals, they will face a massive backlash from the public and the media. That's why it's no surprise that NASA tries to cover up evidence of experimenting with monkeys in the name of space travel. The Space Launch System. NASA's Space Launch System was built to launch astronauts into Mars. Such a colossal task requires an enormous piece of equipment. NASA isn't keen to show the bones of their engineering marvel. Looking at NASA's latest images on the Space Launch System, you'll see that the rocket is shrouded in mystery. No matter from which angle you look, you always see the same orange wrapper with the NASA meatball logo printed on it. It's like one massive Christmas gift that you can't unwrap. You know it's going to be awesome, but you don't see what's inside. Besides the Christmas wrapping, NASA takes it one step further. The website NASA Watch noticed that NASA blurs a few portions of their images. As it turns out, NASA and Boeing representatives review the images before they are released to the public to ensure they don't contain sensitive data. Well, it's not surprising that NASA keeps the innards of their beloved rocket ship top secret. They wouldn't want to reveal their technology, especially to rival countries. Anyway, whatever tricks this rocket is hiding under its sleeve better help the astronauts reach Mars safely. Photoshopped Saturn's Moon. In 2010, NASA posted a photo of Saturn's moon Dione and Titan from the Cassini spacecraft. Meanwhile, a YouTuber user named Dominator PS3 increased the image's contrast up to a notch and noticed something odd. There were brushstrokes beside Dion, covering a rainbow-like aura that, according to conspiracy theories, were signs of life that NASA was trying to cover up with the power of Photoshop. Emily Lakdawala, the person from NASA who edited the image, explained why the image was altered. According to her, Cassini's camera takes pictures via red, blue, and green filters, which are then combined to create one image. Within the time frame the 3 pictures were taken, Dion moved. To compensate, Emily aligned the 2 moons and added bits of shadow, hence the brush strokes. In the end, it takes a bit of photoshopping skill to cause such a controversy, and you can do it at home. What do you think of these leaked images from NASA? Are they nothing but a silly figments of our imagination, incidents blown out of proportion, or a true glimpse into NASA's dark side? Share us your thoughts by commenting down below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notifications to get front row seats to watch Canon's mind-blowing videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.